analysis, and you thought Brexit was tough.
London, like ex-spouses who have just signed divorce papers but not yet begun the ugly business of dividing their possessions, Britain and the European Union are tiptoeing around each other as the year begins, desperate to keep their dealings civil even as they gird for the unpleasantness to come. On Wednesday, a cordial Prime Minister Boris Johnson welcomed the new President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, to 10 Downing Street but offered no hint of flexibility on his campaign to negotiate a trade deal by the end of 2020. Von der Leyen spoke warmly of a new beginning for old friends, but she made it clear she thought Johnson's timetable for negotiating a comprehensive agreement was utterly unrealistic. She warned Britain that the more divergence there is between Britain's rules and the bloc's, the more distant the partnership has to be. The truth is that our partnership cannot and will not be the same as before, von der Leyen, a former German defense minister, said in a speech at the London School of Economics. It cannot and will not be as close as before, because with every choice comes a consequence. With every decision, she added, comes a trade-off. Those trade-offs are going to come thick and fast after Britain leaves the European Union on January 31st. Negotiators will then have 11 months to agree on terms for trading in goods and services, as well as on regulations covering health, safety, fishing, farming, banking, aviation and transportation, replacing the latticework of rules that entwined Britain and Europe over their 4 decades together. If the two sides failed to strike a deal by December 31st of this year, it could theoretically trigger something like the no-deal Brexit that Johnson threatened last fall before Parliament thwarted his efforts to withdraw from the European Union by the end of October. The more likely scenario, experts said, is a bare-bones trade deal that will leave many of the issues to be hashed out in 2021 and beyond. Either way, for British voters who believed that Johnson's landslide election victory last month would end the 3.5-year debate over Brexit, the drama of the coming year may prove to be a rude shock. Mujtaba Rahman, a former European Commission official who works for the political risk consultancy Eurasia Group, said an ally of Johnson told him that one of the British government's goals was to push the Brexit story from the front page to the business pages of newspapers in 2020. That's not going to happen, he said. Part of the reason for that, Rahman said, is that Johnson has ruled out any extension of the transition, setting up yet another cliffhanging drama at the end of the year if there is no deal. Moreover, his advisers appear determined to shun close alignment with the European Union in favor of an agile, less regulate. For more on this story, visit the news article link.